this idea of perfectionism. I've never had a male student say to me, I'm a perfectionist. I've had several female students say, well, I'm a perfectionist. And I look at them and I say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm a recovering perfectionist. And I think that's so important to take that, whatever that bar is that we've put upon ourselves away. None of us is perfect. And it's the tough stuff, it's the hard stuff, it's the failures that you're going to learn from.
I think for one, you have to be fair and consistent, compassionate, flexible, approachable, so your students to know they can come and discuss, if they do need, certain extensions or modifications, if they feel comfortable approaching you, because, we're part of a classroom team and, we want all of our students to be successful. So, can we work together? So having that sort of mentality and making sure you project that in your class, I think is going to really help your students feel more comfortable coming to when there are struggles or issues that maybe they face, not only with the coursework, but, other things, then we can make sure they get to the right people who can help them here.
I think it's important that leaders also know when to follow. If you're always the one directing, you're not really providing that guidance to how to lead yourself, so you're not really empowering that next group of leaders. So building on imperfection, you also want to show those struggles or failures, because you can show that you struggled and failed, but you also overcame those in order to lead.
I chose Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I tell you, read a book about her. It's been up 2 years ago, and her approach to the way that she and her husband collaborated on a lot of things early in her career, and they would identify cases, and she would identify specific cases that would that she could argue that could change something about the workplace. And oftentimes, and through the collection of her work, it really changed what the workplace looked like for not just women, but different minorities, for people with disabilities. And she was very intelligent about how she chose what she argued and what she knew about the justice system to make that change. And so I think I find her very smart.
I think I would say it's okay to be different. I've learned that, just by working here and see student, how Torria mentioned student had changed, like we have this diversity and it's okay to be different. And my son has taught me a lot, it's okay to be different. And in class, I used to tell students, if someone say you're a weirdo, just be the best weirdo you can be. And they all are. That's true, so what? So if we all, kind of can accept each other's differences, and maybe we can find more things common about us, and then it's just going to be a better world.
My recent strength is become flexibility, and going from a very studious perfectionist to somebody who adjusts and lets perfectionism go a little bit. So I think that I'm doing the best that I can, and I have to learned to be proud of that. And I am proud of it. I'm proud of the things that I'm doing so far, and the way that I'm trying to be in the world for my students, my family, my son, so I'm just giving myself a little pat on the back because I'm doing the best that I can.
What I would say is my strength is teaching. I tell stories well. And it was Gwendolyn Brooks, who I met, told me when I said, well, I'm a history major and I'm teaching English. I don't want to do that. And she said, you can do both. She said, you can incorporate history into English. And I told my mom that, and she was like, well, she's right. So I feel like my mom validated Gwendolyn Brooks. But it's about, I do feel like so I'm living my dream teaching, and in my next chapter of my life, when I retire, I want to be a park ranger so I can go tell the story on the monument. Specifically, the Martin Luther King Monument, the Stone of Hope in DC. I want to tell stories. And so that's what I'm good at, telling stories.
For me, it's being organized and prepared the day before my appointments. I will look up each of my students. I want to know as much about them as I can before they come in. That's important to me because I think that to them tells them that I care about them, and I do. So just being prepared for students on a daily basis.